What's up, guys? Anavajero here. I wanted to bring you guys four options in 14C28N. And if you guys have been on the channel for any amount of time, you might have heard that this is one of my favorite budget steels. I dwell more in the realm of budget steels, so in comparison to any type of super steels and stuff, I will not be able to tell you exactly. I do own some knives in better, higher, super steel, but I don't use them as often as I have used these more so, because I dwell in budget knives. So again, 14C28N, a great steel. I think a lot of people, share that same opinion. One thing is I have been kind of on a kick of, looking into steels, looking into different, materials, different stuff like that. And I found it very interesting from Dr. Laren Thomas. This is a high in toughness steel, above average in corrosion resistance, and decent edge retention, easy to sharpen with any stone. And as he had said, this is the best value in a budget steel, in his opinion. So I tend to kind of share that between 14C and 28N and D2. I think those two are kind of the most heavily used and popular. But other than that, this right here, I'll pull up a couple little facts in between of why I like 14C28N. First things first, this is the Remet Rhino. I absolutely love this knife. This thing has a lot of things going for it. Of course, that 14C28N blade. Really, really like the design on this. Nice flat grind on this. It slices super well. The point cants down and it is just above the pivot line, but you can still make your cuts, especially even if you're poking into stuff. Utility cuts, not so much, but it's still a really, really great user. My Carta scales on this. This has kind of like a PVD, or not PVD, what do they call this? A sandblasted finish on the 14C28N. I kind of like it. I like how that, wears and how it looks on the blade. In comparison with this micarta, I think it's a nice match. A nice little pivot ring on here. And I love the thumb studs on here. Very, very easy to access. I absolutely love actuating this knife, and the thumb studs on it really, really help with that. Has kind of like a fuller also for deployment with this kind of like little window that's cut out right here. And I love the blade shape with that kind of like little indent where you can put your thumb. This grip right here is super comfortable, and you have the little step right here where you can kind of get right up to the edge of the blade right there. Nice sharpening choil on this as well, so you get some good sharpenings out of it, and the action is absolutely great. This is actually sporting a inset button actuated liner lock. Not sure if you can see right in there. If you push this down, that moves over the liner and it drops down the blade. So yeah, very, very interesting locking mechanism. Here you can see it as well. As I'm pressing the button down, it presses that liner over to the side. So in a sense, it's acting like a traditional liner lock, but with a button, which allows it to be stronger of a locking, and it's also still able to be very fidgety. This one also has a top front flipper right here, or a top flipper, which is very easy. Some people say it's a little bit hard, but I find it pretty easy as far as actuating this right here. So nice little flick right there. And then again, the drop down, super easy, running on bearings. You do not have a reversible pocket clip on this one. It is only one-sided, so if you're lefty, you kind of felt left out. But other than that, I mean, it's a really, really well-designed knife. I think Remet, hit a home run with this one in particular. I really like it. Wish they would have came out with a couple maybe different options and stuff. But other than that, I mean, this is a really, really fun knife. I really enjoy it. Again, 14C28N micarta. That's kind of like, you know, the sweet balance and the sweet option that I would always choose, micarta and 14C. So yeah, really good knife. Next up, this one is one that I like so much. I got it twice. This is my QSP Canary. This one is sporting the Stonewash 14C28N, and I absolutely love it. I'm not sure if you're able to see all the fine details on there, but it looks great, the Stonewash on here. Really nice, small, compact knife, but it gives you just enough blade, and I absolutely love the action on this as well. Nice drop point, all flat grind, nice all the way down flat grind. So this one's super slicey as well. And you have a black G10 here, inset pocket clip right here with inset screws, and it has a filler tab, and it is reversible. Lanyard hole on here. You have your speed holes for extra speed. And yeah, I think this has character. I really like the design and the overall just look of this QSP Canary. Really easy to actuate, good access to the liner right here. This is a liner lock, so you can go ahead and flick it out. Feels really good to flick out, and pressing down on that liner brings it straight down. Running on bearings, reverse flick is great. Nicely placed thumb studs as well. Feels really, really natural in my hand at least, and it's a smaller knife, so you know, it's more compact. Maybe not for everybody, it's gonna fit in their hands, but for mine, it's absolutely perfect. I tend to not like smaller knives as far as like under, you know, like 7 inches. But I mean, this one is just perfect. I really, really like this one. This is great if you want to have, you know, a daily user. You can beat this thing up. And again, it is just super, super nice to actuate as well. Feels really, really comfortable. Also in hand, nice contouring on here on the edges of the G10 too. So yeah, I really, really like it. Weight reduction with those holes as well. So that matches the inset liners in here that are milled out with these same kind of holes. So, you know, saves you on weight. These are great for like wearing in shorts, especially during the summer now. This is going to be super lightweight. And then adding just to why I like 14C28N, it's going to be actually, you know, a good range of as far as toughness and corrosion resistance and ease of sharpening. The one downfall it has is retention. So that's just going to mean you're probably going to have to sharpen it up a bit more. It's not going to maintain its edge as long as other steels. But as far as like how it sharpens up, it's easier to sharpen than 8CR 13 MOV. So that kind of tells you how easy it is. If you've ever owned 8CR 13 MOV, you know that's super easy to maintain and sharpen. Same thing with 14C, so it's easier than that. It's tougher actually than MagnaCut, and it is just as corrosion resistant, or just under M390. So just M390 is just a little bit more corrosion resistant, but 14C28N is right under M390. The edge retention is better than 8CR 13 MOV as well. So it's just above it. It's not, again, it's not going to maintain its edge as well as other steels, but it's super, super easy to sharpen up. And yeah, in my opinion, I found that it's super easy, and all you really need to do is maintain it with a strop or a ceramic, just honing it pretty much. Okay, next one up, CVV Cubit. Really like this one as well. Right here you have 14C28N. This one's a little bit different because I customized it myself, but it comes originally with a satin 14C28N blade, and this is an aluminum handle. This has no liners. It's all aluminum milled out as far as like the design, or contoured, I mean. Contoured out, and then all it's running with is bearings inside and the blade. So super lightweight, very easy to carry, and this is a button lock. So You press the button down right here, and it has a plunge lock that allows it to release and drop down super smooth. This one I did have issues as far as when I first got it with the button stick, but it has now since gone away completely. And this knife is great. I did add different thumb studs because I didn't like the thumb studs that originally came with. But this one right here, it's still super smooth. And it, you know, the placement of the thumb studs is great. I really like the sounds it makes as well because it's aluminum. Nice clicky, you know, nice sounds that it makes. This one comes with a bottle opener and really nice jimping on here as well. That is very usable. You have a nice little, finger choil right here for your finger that feels super comfortable as well. And this blade stock is super thin. This is one of the sliciest blades I think I own. Very, very slicey. You go through material very easily. And for a budget knife, that is really, really good as far as I think these go for me around $60, $70 around there. And yeah, this one is really, really nice in hand, slicey. You know, if you're needing anything as far as to get through material, maybe a job that requires you to cut through a lot of cardboard, plastics and stuff, this would be great because it's super lightweight with the aluminum handles, and you're going to be able to slice through those materials fairly easy. Again, button lock feels great. Contouring on the aluminum melts in your hand. That's one thing. The comfort on this is a 10 out of 10, I think. And, you know, reversible pocket clip, inset screws right here with inset pocket clip. It is, again, reversible right there. And you're rocking T8s on all this right here. So that's really appreciated. Whenever a company gives you T8s, it just makes the knife way easier to maintain. And again, that 14C, super, super easy to sharpen up. So this one being a slicer, you're probably going to want to sharpen this up more often than not because you're going to be going through a lot of stuff with something as slicey as this. This is the Civivi Cubic. And then lastly, if I forgot to mention, affiliate links for all of these will be down below. So you guys can go on and click and, check them out. Last one right here, we have the Tactis Frontier. This is a newer company. They are based out of Colorado, but OEM in China. This was a knife that was sent to me for review, and it has been definitely getting used. This is sporting, again, 14C28N. This is a satin finish on here. And this one has a couple little different things to it. Purple accents on here and a Snex style lock. So this right here is the Super Lock, I believe they call it. And it is designed by Snex. Once I open this knife up, I have a couple videos of comparing this to the Civivi Vision FG and stuff. I'd say it has more of a similarity to the Demko Shark Lock, but other than that, they say it's a Snex style lock, and it definitely actuates really, really smooth. So whatever it is, it's really good. Really, really fun to fidget with, and the sounds it makes is great. This, again, 14C28N, thicker blade stock on this. So I'd say this is definitely a heavier user. You can definitely use this if you want to go ahead and, get into tasks that are a little bit more so than like cardboard and stuff. Nice flat grind on this. It is still super slicey for it even being that thick. Just because of the grind right here, it is super good. Sharpening choil could be better on this right here. And you're rocking a contoured G10. I really like the look of this. It almost looks, like micarta and stuff, but it's nice and contoured. It doesn't have the normal kind of texturing like G10 like this would have. So yeah, I really, really like that. Pocket clip, it is kind of inside the scale, if you can tell right here, it's inside, so you have to remove this screw and it actually pops open and you have to flip it, but it is reversible, so you can reverse the pocket clip. That purple aluminum backspacer right here, purple thumb studs, perfectly placed. I think this is a bigger knife. I think I forget exactly the size, but I think it's bigger than 7.5 inches, maybe like closer to 7.8 inches. But I love this blade shape right here. Handle to blade ratio is a little bit weird just because it has a bigger handle and the actual blade is a little bit smaller, but I love this blade shape. It's super useful and it works with the size of the handle. This is kind of like a reverse Tonto-ish with a little bit of belly, and it's super useful for utility cuts. I found that I really like using this one at work because I do cut a lot of boxes and I cut through a lot of plastic and stuff, and it definitely gets through that material easy. Nice little like spot right here if you want to choke up to the edge of the blade right there. I wish there would have been jimping right here. It is just flat right here, no jimping, but it's still usable as far as like putting your thumb on here. It's not, the edges aren't too rough or anything right here. Really easy to actuate that Snex or super lock style lock. Nice little jimping on the top right there for your finger to actuate it. And again, running on bearings, super smooth, super snappy. For it being the Snex style lock, it is super snappy. I'll say this one's snappier than the Demco. But yeah, super comfortable in hand, especially because it's a nice full size, you know, handle. And the contouring also adds to that comfort. Pocket clip, a little bit big, but it works fine. I actually kind of bent it on accident, if you can tell, and then I bent it back. But other than that, I mean, it's fine. Yeah, this is a really interesting one. Again, a new company. I actually have a discount code for this one, LNAV15, and you can go ahead and order this and save 15% off. You're looking at around maybe like 50 bucks for this knife. So for a Snex style lock, I think that's great. I love me a good budget knife, and especially with this added kind of a more premium, I'd say, locking system, rather than like a Vision FG, which is closer to like 70, 80 bucks. I mean, you can get something similar. I will say not similar as far as design and stuff, but similar lock for 50 bucks. Only other knock on this one is the weight. This one's not going to be lightweight like the Cubit or the Canary. This is more kind of like a hard use knife. I'd say definitely you can, you know, you just do it for EDC as well, but you know, it's definitely a heavier knife because it has no internal milling on these liners. So that's one thing to consider. It is a big boy and it's heavy. But yeah, guys, that is 4 14C 28N blades that I can recommend and that I enjoy. Let me know what is your favorite budget steel and what you like to carry and why. And if you guys have any questions down below, go ahead and let me know down below. Again, affiliate links will be in description. Consider dropping a like and subscribing. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Later.